Alright, doing a little work tonight on this door. For those of you just tuning in, these are the VFN fiberglass doors for 93 to 2002 Camaro. I believe when you order them, it's 93 to 97 and then 98 to 02, but the installation's the same. I've got this one pretty close to being lined up. I am using the factory hinges, the factory latch, and the factory striker. Got to install the outside handle still. I went over that in another video. Just kind of doing the same thing on this side. I can say with this side, I'm not as impressed. Had to do all the same trimming. I had to trim along here. I got a little bit more to do all around the outside. But what I don't like on this one is a couple things. This right here, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's actually severely warped right here. The other door is nice and flat. This has got a pretty big curve to it. So I'm not too happy about that. I'm gonna have to probably end up cutting this from the inside and trying to push it out and do some fiberglass work there. I can show it a little better. Give me a second, I'll find a straight edge. Closest thing I got handy here. So if you look, you can see that giant gap. If you go up here, not nearly as bad, and that's what we're fighting, is you just got a huge warp to that. So gonna have to do some work there. That kind of is what it is. It's nothing I can't fix. You can actually see it from this side as well. Just more work for us, but all in all, it's coming out well. I'm gonna open it up here. There's the factory latch assembly installed. I had to notch this out, and then actually I even trimmed back the latch on this side to move it inward a little bit. And here's what I did. Again, I drilled these out from the back side, offset the pin, and then tack welded it. And then I'll go back later and fill this in with weld. The other side, yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but we got the handle installed. And that's what's next on this side. We're gonna do the inside handle and then the outside handle. Finish up a little bit of fitment, then work on this. I'll probably test fit the windows and then finish the body work and get these things painted. Like I said before, I'm gonna paint these myself. I'm not a painter by any means, but I've painted a little bit before, so we did the hood and the bumper cover and all that. Another thing I don't like about this door is if you look, I've got a big shim right here. And I'm gonna make an actual plate that thickness. That's actually just a big washer, but that's the other thing, is this door would not line up without shimming that bottom hinge. Latched. And it's shutting a little tough right now because of that point right there is bottoming out. But you can see it lines up well with that shim, but that was the other problem, is that bottom gap was non-existent without shimming that hinge. So that's not a huge deal. I can make a shim. Just that right there kind of stinks, but and I still need to trim this out a little larger, so that'll help when we get to there. But all in all, it's coming out well. I just wish this door fit as well as the other door, so there seems to be a little bit of inconsistency with their molds, or at least something happened with this one. But it's coming out well, and I'll continue to update as I get this thing finished up. Excited for spring. Hopefully that'll be here before we know it. Still got this 400 project, 406. Still haven't 100% decided if it's going to be a 421 or 406. Have been looking at some parts for that. I'm getting the itch to build that thing, so that's coming soon. I almost ordered everything today, but I'm still torn. I'm going back and forth between Ohio crankshaft stuff and then actually Competition Products has a pretty decent kit that has the Howard's rods, probe pistons, and it's an Eagle 4340 crank. The Eagle stuff seems to be so-so, but I've actually had some really good luck with it, so the Eagle crank doesn't scare me so much. The rods, I like the rods because they're a little bit lighter than what else is out there, and it's a pretty darn good kit. It's a decent price, but I'll go over that later if that's the one we end up with. I want to give Hio Crankshaft a call in the next couple days and go over a few things with them, but that 406 or 421 pending is what'll be next. Kind of another featured build we'll do, but for now it's back to these doors, and I'll try not to get too off topic, but nope, we're almost done, and we'll continue to update. So I think that'll be it for tonight. If you guys have any questions, I can go over this build more. Just kind of gonna wait until I finish up these doors. There's some specifics on this rear end, and this is the car that has the 350 turbo, 1130, 1120 rear wheel. That thing's still hanging in there, so that also will probably be on a video coming up. Is I'm thinking about going to a Power Glide. Well, I can at least say I'm going to build a Power Glide and swap it in, and we'll decide from there. But just some things to keep an eye out for on the channel, and we'll continue to update you guys.